We need more filming. Gather two. Best show ever in
Well, hey out there, Pokemon fans!
How you doing? Happy National Pokemon Day. My favorite holiday.
Woo! My name is Erinn.
My name is Dan.
And we are
Erinn and Dan. And this is Erinn and Dan, but it's live.
It's a live show.
It's a live show.
Happening right now.
Right before your very eyes. Can you believe that?
Woo!
That is amazing.
Y'all, I am not dressed like a Pokemon. Dibs to the first person who can name who I'm dressed as right now.
Don't you want some dibs?
Yeah, you want some dibs? I'm not giving out prizes because what happened is last year we decided to give out prizes and we offered them, but then we didn't have any prizes.
People won them.
Yeah.
We just didn't award them.
We didn't award them. And, and we're sorry.
Yeah, here we go. We got Bill's correct.
Woo!
Ryan's correct.
Nice.
Look at tons of people know.
Oh, so
this is
many
great.
people. This is great. I am Ash. Ash is the Pokemon trainer and his little Pokemon
Pikachu.
right here. That's him. It's Pikachu.
That's me.
I bet everybody knows
Ashley.
who Pikachu is.
Ashley, I get it.
Ashley. Cute Brucey Bruce.
Josh, just don't.
Josh, we've missed you the last few weeks. Where have you been?
Where have you been? You owe us big time.
Yeah, you are like a loyal friend and follower, and without you, we don't know what to do.
Y'all, thank you so much for being here. If you're tuning in for the first time, this is our little show. Welcome to it. You can follow us here, and here. If you're returning, and we know many of you are, thank you for being a part of our little community.
We love the community of Erinn and Dan. It used to be called Riley, but we don't talk about that anymore.
We are rebranding.
We are.
But it's still going to be Erinn and Dan.
Exactly. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we like to get our shows started off with a nice and lovely
Actually,
toast.
I'm just rocking Kratos' body.
Ooh, yes, he is. Yes, he is. He loves God of War, but we'll talk about that another day.
Yeah, this is not a day to
God of War Day.
Which there isn't one.
Today, I am drinking pure leaf iced tea for my toast. It is my favorite kind of iced tea, especially when it comes to being on the road. I can't do any of that Gold Peak stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Gold Peak stuff.
Yeah.
I'm drinking a Pamplemousse Le Croix. I do it because it's French and it makes me feel fancy.
Mm-hmm. As you're letting us know what you're drinking, also let us know what your favorite Pokemon is. And can you guess what our favorite Pokemon are?
I will give $20 cash if someone can guess what our favorite Pokemon are on the first try.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
But I bet you some people might already know this.
I don't think so.
You're offering $20 cash?
Thank you so much. Look at this. Look at that.
And his ball even spins, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Look at it.
That's one thing I love about Pikachu is his spinny balls.
Well, we've got some guesses coming in for our first thing. Dan, turn around. Oh, you're going to love this, Edie, because he has a tail.
Hey, don't rip it off.
I'm sorry, I got really excited. I started.
There's a whole franchise resting on my shoulders, which is a gripe I'll air out later.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that now. Okay, we have a guess from Emma. Eevee is one of the best Pokemon out there, but not my favorite.
Top 997. Cheerwine. I'm drinking Cheerwine.
Cheerwine is
my
a good
favorite.
thing.
Mimikyu is very good. In fact, I wish I had a Mimikyu costume because that would be so cute. Not that this is a costume.
Maybe you are in a Mimikyu costume right now.
Maybe.
I'm glad you're drinking some Diet Pepsi out there, Valine, and some water. We got some nice non-alcoholic drinks tonight. I haven't even seen it. I mean, no shade to anybody
who's
who has
boozing
wine.
it up out there? Who's getting turned on this Tuesday night?
Not me. You know what is really exciting? Nobody's guessed our favorite Pokemon yet.
Josh is just bitter because he wasn't in on the Pokemon Go party.
So true.
Yeah.
We will talk about Pokemon Go later. I also want to know which of you out there is a Pokemon
Wait,
Go
Brian, do you
excited.
not know? Are you not down?
Are you not down with the kids?
Well, a comment. Charmander and Machamp, no, but good guesses.
Good guesses. I love the Char.
Here's a hint. Mine is a Gen 2 Pokemon, and Erin's is a Gen 5 Pokemon.
I went,
yeah.
Gen 5.
Boozy Milkshake. There we go.
I'm glad you're drinking your agua out there. Well, while you're guessing those Pokemon, we have something that we like to do at the beginning of each show because we do all have a drink together tonight. And if you don't have one, get to that fridge right now because I know you're watching from home. Or if you're driving and watching this show, please be careful and stop by.
Now, on the show, we like to have a feature, a toast that launches us off, and we like to feature our friends and neighbors in a little segment called
Time now for a toast.
Ooh, that one's going to need a little help. Yeah. Toast and jam. A little toast and a little jam. Today's toast and jam comes to us from who, Erinn?
CJ Meskey from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. CJ, take it away.
I'd like to make a toast to Erinn Dan for a happy, hearty, healthy relationship and a good Pokemon day as well.
Cheers, CJ.
Cheers, CJ. And just for Bruce, because he doesn't like it when we leave it out, cheers. Clink. Beautiful. All right.
Nothing
now,
like
y'all,
that pure leaf iced tea.
if you can recognize that little jam, that little lick that CJ was playing on the keytar, by the way, CJ, very, very cool. Can you, if you put it in there and name the jam, the song, it was from Pokemon, if you can name where that song is featured in the games, I will give you a shiny new nickel.
Comic Book Cutie has guessed my favorite Pokemon. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, my favorite Pokemon, without a doubt, is the one, the only, Tepig.
But can you guess mine? It's a
sitting
bit
right
of
here.
a deeper cut. It's not a starter. It's an introduction, and he's been my favorite since Gen 2.
True. Let me tell you, Tepig is the cutest Pokemon that ever is and ever was. I just absolutely, absolutely love it.
Whoa.
We've got so many comments coming in right now. I can't keep up. I'm going to let you field those.
Yeah,
Dan.
we got a big cheers for the keytar for CJ out there. Tyranitar. Are you asking me if I'm a Tyranitar? Look at me. Look at
Brian,
me.
just in case. Wow, we just hit a record number, y'all. Keep on coming in and stay with
Thank
us.
God for Pokemon, I think is what everyone's saying.
Right? No kidding. Everybody, we have so much to say. So today, as we mentioned earlier, is National Pokemon Day, hashtag Pokemon Day. February 27th marks National Pokemon Day, commemorating the day in 1996 when Pokemon Red and Green debuted in Japan, igniting a firestorm of creativity, community, and commerce that continues to burn brightly nearly 3 decades later.
Especially commerce. Do you know that Pokemon is the highest selling franchise of all time? Highest selling entertainment franchise of all time. Highest grossing. Okay, real quick, we got, before we go away from that comment, someone has guessed Sizor, and you're very close.
Ooh, that's really good.
It's kind of like Sizor's counterpart in a way.
Why don't you tell them what type it is, Dan? Maybe it'll help narrow it down.
If I tell you what type it is, it'll give it away. It's a dual typing that I think is only seen in this one Pokemon. Mine is not Mudkip, but I do like them.
I love Mudkip.
Who doesn't? Remember the meme?
What Mudkip meme?
Do you like Mudkips?
Oh, I don't remember that meme.
Aaron's not down on the memes.
No.
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 Is Donatello a Pokemon? Brian, no, that is a mutant turtle. A teenage mutant ninja turtle, actually. What a cool name, by the way. I know this is not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle days, but 90s kids had it all.
Uh-huh. All right, fine. It's a dual type bug and fighting type Pokemon, and it is my favorite. And his name is what?
What is it?
What is it?
You're going to have to
not
guess
Wurmple, although Carrie, I'm impressed you know what a Wurmple is.
I am impressed you know
Cheers
what a
to you.
Wurmple is. You guys, we are going to have an answer very soon. I have a feeling. Mudkip is Generation 3. That is very true.
We're going to keep fielding these comments. Keep bringing them in. Keep guessing.
We just had someone guess your favorite Pokemon, Dan.
Yes, and it is Heracross. Congratulations,
Woo!
Jason. You are correct.
Heracross, one of the coolest Pokemon out there. Look at his cute little beady eyes. He's cute and steel. You know what I'm saying?
He's cute and steel. And also, what's fun about Heracross, well, what's competitively viable about Heracross is that he gets the same type attack bonus on the 2 hardest hitting bug and fighting type moves in the game. He's a offensive powerhouse.
Nice.
And a very unique typing. And just look at that little face.
He is so cute.
Look at that little face.
Yeah. Not only that, you know what's great about him? Like, my Pokemon is cute and cuddly, but he doesn't really look badass.
Well,
Yours
he does.
is cute and badass.
You can't say badass on Riley.
You're right.
Yeah.
But you can say bad
What?
Anyway, I don't know. I thought we had something.
What are you trying
there.
to do?
I was just
You're trying to say bad.
That's what I was trying to do.
Okay.
Now, if we cuss because we're live, then it bleeps it out. Like if I say, you are a...
I just wanted you to do it.
I didn't do it because I was afraid it wouldn't work.
You idiot. Okay. All right, cool. So back on track. Heracross is the best. And what is your favorite Pokemon? Who is the deepest cut favorite Pokemon out there? I'm dying to know.
That's what I want to know.
And by the way, I don't know where we're supposed to be. You have to keep us on track because we're just talking Pokemon today. That's all I want to do.
Pokemon's the best. While he's that didn't beep out. While he is messing with his Mudkip over there, I would love for Dan to see this. This actually cracks me up. I found this on his Facebook page. And basically, he wrote this in 2011, and now he's dressed as Pikachu.
Okay, but here's the thing. Pikachu became the mascot of the series because of the anime and Gen 1 and whatnot. But can we just let it go? There have been so many cute, wonderful, awesome figurehead Pokemon introduced. Why is it still all about Pikachu?
He says we can just let it go as he's dressed as Pikachu.
Yeah, but I thought it most clearly demonstrated the relationship, the classic relationship of the series. I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart, not because I want to. This look burns my flesh.
Kat Haverkamp's out there. I believe your favorite Pokemon is Pikachu. Am I correct? Am I right?
Kat's favorite Pokemon is Pikachu?
I think so.
No way.
I think so.
No way. She's not that basic.
A new second favorite Pokemon. He's very new. He's in here in the room with me. He's not on screen yet.
Onyx is a big useless boy, but man, he's cool. Steelix, however, that's a killer Pokemon.
I would love to know oh my gosh, Eric Bopp is here. What's up, Eric Bopp?
What's up, Eric Bopp? Second hottest man on the American Duchess, according to my wife.
No, I said that is what I said.
No, you said you want.
Now you know, Eric. We were having that discussion about who was the cutest on board.
And now that the brand has been liquefied.
I'm turning red. Look, my ash things are starting to come out.
That's so true.
Oh.
Yeah, I probably tainted it for her. I'm an absolute monster with Pikachu. If you want to go in the ring, that's the one thing Pikachu's good for is Smash.
All right, guys, I'm going to tell you who my second favorite Pokemon is. Look at him. He's Fido, and I love him so much. He is like Fido, like the dog, but he's made of dough, so he's Fido.
Yeah, that's cute.
Oh my God, I love him.
One of the things that the new generation Pokemon Scarlet and Violet did well is release a whole bunch of really solid and adorable Pokemon designs, and that's one of the only things it did well. But we'll get to that later. Actually,
so true.
Is it time?
Is it time to do the Pokemon thing?
No,
I mean we so can. It's actually, you know what? It is time. We went on a cruise last week, by the way. It was a Virgin Voyages cruise. It was a lot of fun. We'll tell you about it another time because
sorry, am I ruining your show flow here?
Oh, you're not. I just but you know what I do want to show everybody?
What?
When we were on the beach in Bimini Bay, look at this. We made a ducky show and it was so fun because everybody was helping us make it. We had this ducky maker that was meant for snow.
And it did not work well for sand. It took a lot of engineering prowess to get that done. So props where props are due.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, we just ran over this real quick, but your favorite Pokemon is Marshadow, and I think that's dope.
Ooh.
And we have a cute comment from Alexander Garber, who I haven't spoken to in a long time. Is that your beard right now, my guy? Oh, my God.
I love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Dan Beckman Photography Photo of the Week. Dan Beckman, if you don't know, this guy right here is an award-winning photographer.
2 awards.
2. But hey, better than none.
That's so true. Twice better. Twice better.
And he's entered lots of contests too.
No, just 2.
Just 2. 2 out of 2. So he's a 100% award-winning photographer. Woo! And there's some balloons to show it.
I'm allergic to latex.
And we have a Dan Beckman Photography Photo of the Week. In fact, we have a few. Here they come right now. What is this, Dan? Tell us about it.
That is my buddy Dan Grogan. Well, he became my buddy at this headshot session, and he took what I think is one of the finest looking headshots. Look at that man.
What do you think makes a good headshot,
that guy,
Dan?
3-point lighting, a nice kicker, a good backdrop that matches your subject and brings him to life, and, honesty, truth coming out, and energy coming out of the face and the eyes. I always try to get my clients to, imagine something or tell me a secret with their eyes or put themselves in the shoes of a character, because that action, that the eyes are the window of the soul. I just wrote that. Yeah, you like that?
I love that. Can you say that again?
The eyes are the window to the soul.
I think someone else said that first.
No.
Okay.
No, just me.
Well, I love it.
Yeah, thanks.
If you guys don't know this, 2024, which is this year, has been a crazy year for me. It has been Erinn's year of learning.
Oh, yeah. I love this part because I don't get to know it before till today, and I wait all week for it.
I'm so excited. Well, you do know one this week because I actually learned it with you.
What is it?
You'll see when it comes. Oh, you'll see.
Okay.
So basically what Erinn's year of learning is all about is I decided that this year I was going to learn 365 new things. That's one thing per day. And I'm going to share it with all of you. So we are going to start off with February 20th. This is exciting. I learned that the Chupa Chups logo was designed by Salvador Dali.
No way. You're lying.
I'm 100% correct.
No way.
Yes. Isn't that insane?
That's crazy.
So the next time you're sucking on a Chupa Chups, you can be like, oh, Dali, good job. And you could do it in an accent, just like I did.
There's so much to unpack in that. Let's move on.
Sucking on a Chupa Chups.
Okay, next.
Oh, yeah. Okay, February 21st, I learned that Kim Kardashian has a glam cause in her will. It states that if she's ever in a position where she can't get ready herself, can't communicate, or she's unconscious, someone has to make sure that her hair, nails, and makeup are all perfect.
Good.
Isn't that hilarious?
Good. I'm glad our priorities are on the right place.
Good job, Kim Kardashian.
Next.
You know, the next thing I learned on February 22nd is a crocodile cannot stick its tongue out.
Aww.
They have a membrane that holds their tongue in place on the roof of their mouth so it can't move, which is why this character in Princess and the Frog is historically inaccurate.
Historically, and also, do you think they sell those membranes that I could slap on my wife?
And that's why when you see an alligator and he's going like this, he's like, "Ugh." It's because he can't go, bah.
Next.
Okay, on February 23rd, I learned that Harry Styles has 4 nipples.
Okay.
He does, I swear to God. And also, they stem from a condition called polyphia. If you go back to that picture, you'll see the other 2 nipples. He's hiding the 2 regular ones.
Oh, joy.
You don't have to, but there's one right there, and there's one right there. And dude, let me tell you, if you look up don't do it now because I want y'all to stay here. By the way, thanks for tuning in. There's so many of you here, and we're thrilled. But
look at what Josh has been doing.
Oh, Josh, that is amazing. Well, this is good news. And Josh Lillyman, who's going to be on our show in about a month, will be able to tell y'all about that because we should share knowledge, Josh, on the show.
I knew a guy who had 3 nipples.
Yeah?
But that's one fewer than Harry Styles, so it's not that good of a fact.
True.
Plus, he's not famous.
Did you know that this is a common condition? Many, many people have extra nipples.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If I just got as many nipples as humanly possible, do you think each nipple would bring me closer and closer to being able to date Taylor Swift?
On February 24th, I learned that the Easter Island heads have bodies. This is not a joke.
No way.
I swear to you.
Dude.
There's so many things of them. They dug one out, and scientists have proven that there's more. So this is crazy. In the 2010s, they found that 2 of the Pacific Island figures have torsos that measure 33 feet.
Okay, is that what they look like? Are they like crazy shredded?
Yeah.
Are they on gear?
But how the heck did they get like that?
Wait, are they actually though?
Yes.
Did people dig them up?
Yeah, well, they've dug one up and then they researched, they did like samples and stuff and discovered that they're all like that.
That's crazy.
I know. I was absolutely mind blown. I can't believe it.
I've been on a bulk this year, and I'm trying to get that Easter Island bod. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody says Easter Island bod to you. That's really interesting. Okay, on February 25th, I learned this fact. This is the one I learned with you, Dan, that the koala has fingerprints so indistinguishable from humans that they've occasionally been wrongfully collected as evidence at crime scenes.
Yeah, but maybe it was the koala in the billiard room with the broken cue stick.
Miss
High as a kite on eucalyptus, baby.
You funny as heck.
They do, you know.
Wait, they get high on eucalyptus?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's another fact that I learned, but not until today.
Next.
On February 26th, which was yesterday, this is the coolest thing ever. This is George Toma. He's aged 94, and he prepared the Super Bowl field for 57 straight years. He's now known as the Sod Father, and they inducted him into the Pro Football Hall of Fame for his 57 straight years of service.
That's amazing.
And that's what I learned on my week of learning.
Hey!
I'm so excited.
I mean, Pika.
Pika, Pika. Is that all you're allowed to say is Pika?
That's all I'm allowed to say.
Boring show that would be if that was true.
That's what the show is, though.
Speaking of Pika Pika,
But
time.
they speak. You interpret their meaning through the Pikas, through the Bulbas.
Through the Bulbas. Ladies and gentlemen, we wanted to do a new segment this week because we were going to do a video game review like usual. Oh, I love that air horn. But instead of doing that, we decided that Dan is going to walk us through Pokemon and his experience with it.
Okay, guys, it's time for a brief history of Pokemon. Let's go back to 1998. I remember the day very well when my mom brought me Pokemon Blue. It was the day of release, and it changed my life forever. If you don't know this about me, I am and always have been an enormous Pokemon fan. It's been my favorite game series until about the time when the Nintendo Switch editions rolled out.
You
and
just
everything.
said it's been his gay favorite game series.
Is that what I said?
Yep. I think you just cut yourself off when you said game, but it was kind of funny.
Well,
I love it.
Regardless, Pokemon Blue came out. Remember it? Who was there for? Who played? Who's? Where are my 90 kids at? Who played the first ever editions of the game?
Looks like ADQ was one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and it was amazing. Changed my life. I picked Bulbasaur. What did you pick? And then we waited, and the sequel came out, Pokemon Silver, which for many years was my favorite Pokemon because we'd already gotten the first game and we were all hyped about the second one, and then 100 new Pokemon dropped. And
100?
100. So it went from 250 to 150 to 250, and they were great Pokemon. It was a new world, and then after you beat the game, you got to go back to Kanto and play the gym leaders from the first game and go through the world of the first game and see how it changed since the first game.
Wow.
Which, you never played Pokemon?
I never played it until I was an adult, ADQ. It's not too late.
And then I was at my grandma's house just waiting in anticipation, and finally, Gen 3 dropped. Ruby version on the Game Boy Advance.
Who's that on the front there, Dan?
That is Groudon, the featured legendary of Ruby version.
Amazing.
In this one, the plot was a little bit absurd, but they usually were until Gen 5, but we'll get there. Updated graphics. It looks super sweet. New chipset, 16-bit audio. So the music got so much better.
I'll say, in just looking up screenshots of these things for today, I was amazed at the differences in the actual game. Like, it was the same looking game, but it was totally different. And all I played was something coming up we'll talk about later.
Well, that's what was so exciting about it, is every generation when it came to a new console, the first one was 2-bit, black and white. The second one was on Game Boy Color, so we got actual color with it. And then the third one came out and it was Game Boy Advance, and everything got sweet. Introduced double battles. A lot of people's favorite generations, and a lot of people argue for Gen 3 being the top generation of Pokemon. Yes, excuse me, 151 to 251. You're right. Yeah. Groudon is overrated, although I don't know how many people love Groudon in the first place.
Oh,
and
I
actually,
love Groudon.
He has a place in the competitive scene. So I'm told. But we'll get to that later because I'm not a competitive player. And then Gen 4. A lot of people love this one. It is probably, I don't know, it might be my least favorite generation. It's good.
What? Look at how shiny that cover is.
Yeah.
Come on.
And this is where I started getting the version that I thought everybody else would not want. I want a diamond version, but I was like, I bet everyone's going to get diamond. So I'm going to go with Pearl. And I regretted it. I still do regret it.
Alexander, I'm so glad you brought that up because I didn't put any slides in from Pokemon Snap. And I have to say, of all of my gameplay, besides Go, which we'll get to in a second, Pokemon Snap was my very favorite game to play.
And and you never played the original.
No.
But the original came on the N64, and then they dropped a new one for Switch, and it was fantastic. And we've been waiting for years. After Gen 4 dropped, we got Gen 5. And the big deal with Gen 5, Pokemon Black and White, was, of course, that the sprites move. This doesn't seem like a big deal now, but up until this part of Pokemon, they just were static pictures. It was just pictures fighting each other. And in this one, they animated them. And so everything was moving around. I thought the story for the first time was actually interesting and intriguing. The bad guys had the main bad, usually it was just like, we're trying to fill the world with water, or we're trying to steal all the Pokemon. In this one, the main guy was debating and challenging whether it was right for humans to take charge of Pokemon and capture them and use them for their own lessons. So there was like an actual moral struggle. It was the only time Pokemon has ever been interesting from a storytelling standpoint.
And I love this one, of course, because that's my little Tepig butt right there. Aw, he's so cute.
Look at how good that looks. That's it. And they introduced triple battles, which are not great.
Oh, maybe we can also ask. I should have gotten a better picture of him. But Dan and I argue about this all the time. Isn't Oshawott so sad? Doesn't he sit there going...
He just has an otter mouth. He has an otter's mouth. He has the mouth of an otter.
I see otters and they're like, let me
No, they're not.
You.
They're like...
Yeah, but this Oshawott literally like,
No, he's not. You're just profiling him.
If you think Oshawott is sad, type it in the comments. And if you don't,
hit that
up.
like and subscribe button if you think Oshawott's a sad boy.
Exactly. Aw, Terry Beckman, it's taking you back to the Pokemon days.
And then after Gen 5, which to me was the peak, we were so excited because the 3DS was about to release Pokemon X and Y, and it did. And we got 3D sprites for the first time.
Wow.
Which was cool. Like it looked great. The models looked great, but the game was so unbelievably easy that I did not even finish the game.
Really?
I was so bored. It was the first Pokemon game I ever didn't finish.
How sad.
And that was to become a trend as we are now on the slow decline to the sad and sorry state of mainline Pokemon games today.
Oh.
Pokemon, the next series was Gen 7. And that was Pokemon Sun and Moon, which took place in Hawaii. By the way, if you don't know this, all of the regions in the Pokemon games are based in real places. So like the first one was based in the Kanto region of Japan. Gen 5 is based on New York City in the United States. This one was based on Hawaii. And it was, a lot of people hate on this one. But I actually had a good time because they really mixed up the formula. Like the get the 8 badges and go to the Elite Four was out. And they kind of shook it up a little bit. So it felt a little bit new and fresh. But most people really hate that game.
There is absolutely people who stay up from dawn till the sunset playing these games. Yes.
Oh, and I would love to be one of them. So follow me on Twitch.
Yeah. And someday his dream will come true.
That's when you started playing cards or started playing the games. That's makes me feel really old. Tell you what. Yeah.
And then there was Pokemon Sword and Shield.
No, listen, Gianna. Listen, I'm going to because it's deserving. You weren't there at the beginning. You don't know. Pokemon Sword and Shield dropped. And everyone was excited because it was a transfer to the actual like console. You could sit at your TV and play Pokemon for the first time. And the game, it was, it didn't look great. The models looked good, but the game looked kind of like crap.
I think it looks adorable. Look at those little Celios.
It was an okay transition. Again, they opened the wild area and we got the closest thing to an open world Pokemon as we thought we were going to get. And it was fine. Again, didn't finish it because it was so easy. And by the way, I love Nuzlocke. Do y'all ever Nuzlocke? Nuzlocke is a game mode where you can your Pokemon perma-die. So if they faint in battle, they're gone forever. So it adds a level, and you have to catch only one Pokemon in each route, and you don't get to choose what it is. And it's a really fun way to shake up the formula. But with the introduction of Sword and Shield, they made it harder and harder and harder to Nuzlocke, which made the games easier and more difficult to make difficult. Which brings us to today.
Which is?
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
And this is the first Pokemon game that I, Erinn Dearth, ever played. And maybe the last.
And I don't know what to say. I know there are people in the chat right now who are deep into Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'm the biggest Pokemon fan in the world, and this game is the one that broke my heart and kind of turned me off of the series maybe forever.
But I had fun playing it next to him.
It's gross looking. It's broken. They reduced the Pokedex in Pokemon Sword and Shield, and there's no difference here. Now, I will say, it is open world, and the potential that the game has is great, but it's falling short because of Game Freak's decision to stick to we don't have to get into it, but you know
Here's what I'll say, Dan. Look, there are people out there vying for this game, and this is what I say about video games. You are a gamer, and you have been your whole life, so you have a distinctive thought on these games, but like people who haven't played their whole life, they enjoy them.
No, and it's great, but the thing
Something for everyone.
And I'm glad that you enjoy it. And I will say the designs in Scarlet Violet are some of the best we've had in years. But everything else is bad.
Can we actually talk about the most fun game to play in Pokemon?
Yeah.
That's Pokemon Go, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent. Who out there is a Pokemon Go player?
Woo!
Oh, yeah. I love Pokemon Go. We put this on our phone. We actually were with some friends in Richmond, Virginia. And Dan and I literally would walk for miles and miles and miles to find Pokestops. And it was the most fun ever. Ever. So much fun.
Yep. Sorry, I was reading this comment and I'm interpreting all this criticism, and I love it. Keep it coming in. Pokemon Go is a sensation. I'm sure most of you.
Sensation. I still send my gifts every day.
Do you really?
I do.
You send your gifts every day?
I do.
That's wild because no one's there to receive them.
That's not true.
I will say.
Ryan, every 6 months gets my gifts.
There
Don't
you go.
you, Ryan?
Yeah. Well, and they might be the only one. But it's true. It's true. The problem isn't that the games have gotten worse. It's that the games haven't grown with the technology they haven't grown. And it's 25 years. You can't put out the same game you put out 25 years ago and expect it to hold up the same stakes. And it's a legendary series, and it deserves better. It deserves better.
I understand what you're saying.
Legends Arceus was a step in the right direction. And they just announced a new Legends game. Who's excited for Legends? Yay!
I am. I sent it to you.
You did?
Yeah.
Wait,
I sent you the trailer that just dropped today because of National Pokemon Day.
I didn't see it.
Dude, it's an amazing trailer. You got to watch it. You're going to
Well, I did watch it. I mean, I watched the one that dropped on the 24th.
Well, something dropped today, or maybe they just dropped it on my Pokemon page.
I don't know, but it's also exciting.
It is so exciting. I have really enjoyed my time in the Pokemon world with my buddy Tepig, playing with my friends, doing lucky trades on Pokemon Go. It's just a great community builder all the time. Don't you think?
I do. And the charm of it. I was sick to my stomach. I missed the dropping of Pokemon Go when it first came out, and it was a huge sensation that people were gathering everywhere. I was in Iceland. I didn't get to play Pokemon Go because I was in Iceland. But I did miss out on the big initial frenzy. So I that will forever be something that's missing in my
So true. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for a segment that we do every single week because I love to talk about positive things.
Yes,
and so
she does.
It's true. Oh, speaking of positive things, I think I'm going to start yodeling lessons. Yay!
If I disappear from future streams, it's for that exact reason.
I won't yodel at the same time as I'm practicing my banjo.
You'll find me in the deep woods of Maine.
Y'all, I'm so excited about this. I actually, thanks to a friend, I actually found a yodeling lesson. This is not a yodeling lesson. That's coming up.
That looks like some corporate nonsense.
But yes, but what we like to do every week is we do a section here on the show that we like to call Erinn's Positivity Corner.
Yes, we do. Oh, wait, we like to call. Wait, hold on.
I don't know how to do that part.
Sorry, you don't? Here, I'll teach you. You just go over here, right? And then you click on the little thing.
Dan,
I couldn't hold it.
Erinn's Positivity Corner. This week, we are talking about gratitude. Now, check this out. This is the 4 corners of gratitude. One is the people in my life I am grateful for and why. The other is the opportunities that I am grateful for are what. The other things are experiences. What's an experience you're grateful for? And then the other is what are the kinds of things that you take for granted? So I challenge all of you to really think about all 4 of these corners. And I think that if you just spend some time reflecting on it, it can be pretty epic in your life. Another thing is there's 4 homework things coming at you.
Ooh.
And I challenge you to do one of these each day. So do one on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So on Wednesday, doesn't he sound good? On Wednesday, why don't you journal 3 things that you're grateful for? On Thursday, make a list of all of your accomplishments. On Friday, celebrate how far you've come. Doesn't matter if it's a little or a lot, celebrate it. And on Saturday or Sunday or whatever days it is, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So on Saturday, open the door for someone. So what that means is, guys, we all have something to be grateful for, but we can all use a little bit of a boost as well. So please, please pass it on, as they say. Pass the torch. If you've had something great that's happened to you, pass it on. And the last thing I want to talk about in my little gratitude positivity corner today is gratitude rocks. So find something outside, a nice little rock, a stone. Maybe it's a polished stone that you got at a store sometime. I used to be really into rocks. We could go on and on about that. I'm grateful for you too, ADQ.
Me too.
But go ahead and find something that you can keep in your pocket. And every time you touch it accidentally or on purpose, stop and think of something you're grateful for.
I like to choose a handgun.
Well, maybe not. I mean, you can do that too. But I think that it's a really important thing to ground yourself, and gratitude rocks are a great way to do it. In fact, there's this amazing story about a guy who went over to a country that was still a developing nation and grabbed a rock. And one of the folks said, "What's that?" And he said, "It's a gratitude rock. And every time I touch it, I think about something I'm grateful for." He went home, got an email from one of the guys over there. And what happened was his son got very, very sick. he started selling gratitude rocks, ended up raising enough money for all of the medicine and all of the surgery he needed. And it was just like a literal way of feeling gratitude. So there you have it.
Now, let me ask you, don't the dulcet tones of Pallet Town behind Erinn just really ground you in the story that she's telling?
I think so. It's so nice. For those of you who don't know, Dan has also been on a musical journey this year.
Oh, yeah. This is completely off topic, but I've been listening this week, and we do one artist every single week, and I try to get through all of their discography. There's only been 2 exceptions where I couldn't. One was Miles Davis for obvious reasons, and one was Prince because also for obvious reasons. I did listen to 30 Prince albums, though, and 30 Miles Davis. And this week, I listened to Tracy Chapman. This was a suggestion from you find people on social media. I'd only heard Fast Car and Give Me One Reason.
Give me one reason to stay here.
Yeah, very good. Not my favorite artist of all of them, but a great artist. And what I appreciated is that she started out as kind of like a folk rock thing. Yeah, I still have PTSD from that. Oh, hitting on my mom. But she started to incorporate more world instruments into her music in the later albums, which was really, really fun from a production standpoint to listen to like dulcimers and like Celtic guitars and like didgeridoos. Actually, she played didgeridoo on an album because she was taught didgeridoo, and it was a big like controversy because in a lot of Aboriginal cultures, it is not allowed. It is frowned upon for women to play the didgeridoo.
Didgeridoo is my favorite thing to say. Didgeridoo, didgeridoo, didgeridoo. It sounds like a Pokemon phrase, doesn't it? Go, go, didgeridoo. I don't know why I just
you had to turn your hat around when you did that.
I can't because I'm wearing these headphones
that
you gave me.
Sorry.
But
well, that's fine.
Pretend I did.
Okay. So anyway, Tracy Chapman has been a delight to listen to and something very different from everything else we've been listening to so far. Short, eight album discography. So I was able to blow through it just as we've been off on this cruise ship and I didn't have access to music streaming. This was a perfect artist, and I'm very grateful to Tracy Chapman for the journey she took me on this week.
I am too. And I'm really excited also because every week that we go through these artists, we learn about their life. And when I say we, I mean Dan learns about it and then he tells me. And it's so awesome because then it takes their music and it turns them into real people.
This is interesting. She did that version with Luke Combs, and she became the first Black artist in the history of America, the history of the world, to hit #1 on the country charts with that tune with Luke Combs. So that's pretty cool.
Didgeridoo may be the next generation Pokemon. Let's hope it is, PGS.
Why don't you just didgeridoo?
Y'all, you are not here just for us. I know this is true because there's so many of you watching right now. I am certain that you are here for a world champion. Yeah, that's right. We have cool guests here on Erinn and Dan Live. And today, our guest is the one and only Dashiell Dash Alexander.
Yes.
He is a current undergraduate student at Emerson College in Boston, Massachusetts as a visual media arts major. He enjoys making video games, doing theater, playing card games.
Making video games?
Making video games.
What a cool guy.
He is the coolest.
I wish I was half as cool as Dash.
Yeah. Not only that, he has attended regional Pokemon tournaments such as Salt Lake City, Indianapolis, Orange County, and his biggest achievement of all of them is attending the World Championship Tournament in DC in 2019. By the way, this is of the
Pokemon trading card game. So those of you who are into Magic or TCG, Pokemon TCG, you're going to love this. And please welcome our very special guest, Dash Alexander. What is up, guy?
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
Doing great. How are you guys?
So good, man. It's good to have you here. Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's an honor.
We're so excited to see you. Dash, for the community at large who might not know who you are, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Yes, so just like Erinn said, I am a current undergraduate student at Emerson College in Boston, Massachusetts. I am a freshman. And I'm doing visual media arts. And I think I meant to say videos, but I do make video games sometimes, but it's mostly.
I was wondering.
Like
I thought,
yeah.
Video games are still cool.
But,
videos are still cool.
No, yeah. very much. And no, I come from a very, very small village in Nebraska where you guys have done a lot of theater.
A very small village of 30,000 people.
It's not even. And as far as I know, I'm the only kid in Nebraska that's at Emerson right now. So that's a little fun fact.
Wow.
Yeah, representation.
All right, go Huskers. Big
Now,
Red.
What I really want to hear about is the Pokemon around you right now. Are these the next generation of Pokemon?
It's my generation of Pokemon. You got a little Porygon ripoff. You got a Tim Burton snake. You got Pingu, who made his debut in Pokemon, of course, and this robot penguin bird that's not from Animal Crossing. I swear it's from Pokemon.
Honestly, it kind of looks like a boss from Lies of P. But maybe that's just where my head's at right now.
Oh yeah. No, I see it.
For a good solid 2 weeks. If you tuned in last week, you would have heard all about it.
Dash, I think you've offended some of the locals back in Fair Kearney, Nebraska.
I'm not from Kearney though, so I can't do that.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just there all the time, guys.
I understand. I thought Kearney was like the 4th largest city in Nebraska.
It's large. Yes. Kearney folks, don't be mad at me. I love Kearney and it's awesome.
So where are you from?
I'm from a village called Bertrand, which is 45 minutes away from Kearney.
Population what?
700 something.
Whoa! How did you find opponents to play Pokemon against?
I had nobody to really play with at home, but that's why we went to Kearney. We went to some little game shops in Kearney to play some tournaments and some just for fun. That's how me and my dad got involved in it, was doing tournaments at our local game shops.
That is awesome.
Very cool. Dash, I was a big Pokemon gamer back in the 90s when I had the first generation of Pokemon cards, and most of us just collected them. But I was one of the few people who actually liked to battle them. So how did you get into the battling side of it versus just the collecting side, especially like later in the game?
Yeah.
My dad was actually mostly the reason I got into it, because from what I remember, and he's on stream, so Dad, correct me if I'm wrong, but he came home one day with what's called these starter decks that you can get from Target and all that, and some of them are actually based on champion decks that actually won at tournaments. So my dad was like, "Hey Dash, I got these. You want to try to play this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then he started buying more cards, and then was just like, "They have local tournaments in Kearney. Do you want to go play?" And I'm like, "Sure, why not?" And then then he was just like, "You want to go to Indianapolis, Mississippi to play tournaments?" I'm like, "This is insane. How are we doing this with just cards?"
That's so sick.
Susan asks, how did you guys meet Dash? Also through Dad. So Dash, you're here because of your father in more ways than one. Jason was in Elf the Musical with Dan several years ago. The first time he did it, I didn't unfortunately get to do it with him, but I did get to play another nasty woman who hates Christmas, because that's what I'm cast as all the time.
Come on now.
In Miracle on 34th Street with Jason. So Jason introduced us and Dash, and Jason introduced Dash to Pokemon. So this is really all thanks to Jason.
But we did not know at the time that Dash was the head of the Nebraska cartel. That was news to me.
And we just turned him in, so this is actually a ruse. No, I'm kidding.
So Dash, real quick, I'm just curious about this, and I don't know how many people out there, if you guys played the card game or collected them, let us know in the comments. But I'm curious, do you have a card or a combo that came in really clutch for you as you competed in these high level tournaments?
Oh, there's quite a few moments where there was moments in tournaments that I was so close to winning, but didn't, but also moments where I was able to completely win without thinking about it. But one moment I remember I can't remember if it was a national tournament or the World Championships, but it was when I was playing with my Blacephalon deck, which is actually what I think I played at the World Championships. And Blacephalon is one of my favorite Pokemon, if you guys don't know which Pokemon that is. But there was a moment where the opponent was 3 prize cards ahead, I think. And I was very behind. There's my friend Chauncey. Chauncey was a friend that I graduated with this year or last year in high school, and he went to some of the tournaments with us.
No way.
Which was really fun.
Did he compete, or did you just kind of tag along?
No, he competed. And there were some moments where we actually did face each other at the tournament. So like it was hard for him to be like, okay, one of us has to win. We can't just make it a tie unless if it's intentional.
So who beat who?
Yeah. But anyways, what I was saying was my Blacephalon deck, I think he was like 3 prize cards ahead. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to get it. And there are some cards where you can like just get a bunch of like energy cards, which is what you need for the Pokemon in order to attack. And this one specifically was like, if you discard this much energy cards from your hand, it's 50 damage per card. So that was the whole deck, was you discard a certain amount of cards from your hand to do damage. And I think there was a card I needed that I got that got a bunch of the energies, and I was able to sweep out the EX, GX, all Pokemon, and then I was able to take the game. So
that is so sick.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Y'all, if you have any questions for Dash, go ahead and knock him out in the chat, because he's a pretty incredible guy. And I have a lot of questions for Dash. In fact, I have a lot of questions for Dash, and I have a lot of questions for you, Dan.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? I have prepared a trivia that is beyond all trivias in a game that we like to call.
What do we like to call it? What do we like to call it? You know what we like to call it? We call it Trivia Smackdown.
Trivia Smackdown.
I already said it.
Oh, yeah. Trivia Smackdown. And today, the category is the one, the only Pokemon trivia. That's right. We have Pokemon questions for both of you. We have 2 rounds. One is questions of 8. The other is questions of 4.
One is questions of 8. The other is questions of 4.
And Dash, since you are the guest of honor, you are going to have the first opportunity to answer this question. If you get it wrong, Dan, you have a opportunity to steal.
Are you ready, Dash?
Ready?
You didn't even check in. Are you feeling good about this?
All
right, here we go.
I hope that this is aptly done, because I am not as big of a Pokemon fan as y'all, but we'll see. Question number 1. What was the first Pokemon ever created? This may or may not be a trick question.
All right. If it is according to the Pokedex, I believe that would be Bulbasaur. But I think I remember hearing that not Clefairy, but it was another Pokemon that was made before Pikachu and even the starters. So I don't want to guess Bulbasaur now thinking about it, but it's not Clefairy. I'm
going to throw a Pokeball at you in 5 seconds.
I am just going to say Bulbasaur. It's not correct, I'm sure, but
that was a great guess. Dan's really excited about this new board that we got. So
I've always liked this sound in the Pokemon games when you run your bike into a wall. You know what I mean?
That is the sound for no.
Yeah.
Dan, do you have a guess at what this could be?
I'm pretty sure I knew this at one point. And I don't now, but I'm going to say Mr. Mime.
Great guess, but here is the correct answer. The correct answer is Rhydon. It was also the first Pokemon that was ever created by Game Freak. It was revealed in an interview by Ken Sugimori. Him, one of the original designers, that he, despite its early creation, he is placed 112th in the Pokedex.
We had some people guessing correctly.
Good job,
in the chat.
guys.
Well done.
Including just another
Dash's
Pokedad.
dad.
Well, he's older. Of course he knows.
That's true. That's a good point. And with age comes wisdom, except for with me.
So true. Wait, what?
Huh?
Dan, you get this question first. If you get it wrong, then Dash has a chance to steal.
All right.
The question is, how old is Ash at the beginning of the series?
That is such a gimme, because the answer, of course, is now that I'm 10.
You are correct. Woo!
I don't feel good about that, Dash, just for the record, that she gave you that and gave me that.
Listen. Ash is 10 years old at the beginning of the series, and what a cutie pie he is.
And I think at the end of the series, I don't think he ages.
Nice.
He never does.
No.
Okay.
He's as timeless as music.
PGS would like to remind us that old people know things.
So true.
So true, bestie.
10 easy.
All right, next question. This is for Dashiell. What is Mudkip's
Oh, well, there you
final
go.
evolution?
There you go, Dash.
I'm so scared that I'm going to get this wrong, but I think it's Marshtomp.
That is incorrect.
No, what is it? Dang it!
What is it?
It's Swampert.
It is Swampert.
Oh
That
no,
is
Marshtomp's the second evolution, isn't it?
Yes.
Dang it!
He slipped and fell.
Yeah.
Somebody guessed. Corey guessed Samurott.
Samurott. That is Oshawott final evolution, though.
Oh,
Nice.
nice. Very,
Oh,
very
man.
nice. Very nice. All right, it is
It's okay. You're still in this thing.
You are still in the game by far. Our next Poke question for you today goes to Dan first.
Okay.
This is a long one. Pikachu is the face of Pokemon in Ash's mane.
Mane.
This was, however, well, listen, I wrote this
No,
trivia.
I like that.
When he played Smash, it was definitely the one he
Pikachu
played.
is my main for sure.
Yeah. This was, however, a last minute change when the game was being developed. Name the Pokemon who was supposed to be Ash's main and the face
Ooh.
of Pokemon until this last minute change.
Okay, I don't know this, but I'm going to go ahead and guess Jigglypuff.
That is incorrect.
Damn.
Dash, what's your guess?
Man, I was gonna guess Jigglypuff too, but now
Were you?
I can't.
'Cause Jigglypuff is kind of the best.
Yeah. Well, it has to be a first generation Pokemon. And I don't know if it's an evolution, but I'm going to probably guess no. Never mind. Oh boy. Oh my god. I don't want to say one of the starters, but perhaps I'm just gonna, for time's sake, I'm probably just gonna say Charmander because Charizard is one of the most popular Pokemon.
Oh, true, bestie.
Such a good guess. However, the answer is Clefairy.
Oh,
Ah.
I didn't.
Was that in your head? It wasn't in mine.
It was in my head, but it wasn't a first generation Pokemon. So
I like how half these questions are like, before the game was ever in final development, the creators invented a Pokemon and a typing that was never seen by
Listen.
day. What is it? And everyone's like, what is Charizard evolved?
This is why I don't like making trivias about things I know less about than
this
you.
is great. This is great. I like this. I'm literally just talking. So
He just wanted to
I mean,
use
yeah,
that
yeah.
bleeping button. I'm afraid to do it because he's not going to bleep me out in time.
try it.
You
You got to move your mouth though.
Well, I wasn't going to say it just in case you didn't do it.
you and
I
Thomas.
Aikiferu.
Is that the Japanese name for Clefairy?
I'll never know.
Hmm.
All right. This question goes back to you, Dash. Which Pokemon's main body
Oh, there you go.
is just a decoy?
Well, I would like to say Mimikyu because Mimikyu pretends to be Pikachu.
That is an amazing guess, and it's actually somewhat true, but it's not the answer we were looking for.
Oh.
Dan, do you have an idea?
It's Wobbuffet.
It is Wobbuffet, and pull up
Hey!
that picture right now.
Oh,
I didn't even know this until the trivia, but look.
That little tail is the real Wobbuffet.
Yes, isn't that crazy?
And if you play Smash, when you put a Wobbuffet out, he's just this like little like Weeble Wobble that people bash around, you know?
Funny enough, I was just playing Melee recently, and that Pokemon shows up all the time, and it's
Mhm.
annoying. He's
Yep.
annoying to deal with.
Yep, and he's a charmer too.
Isn't that so cool? We have a lot of love coming in for Mimikyu.
Yeah, Mimikyu is like kind of there was this like little resurgence of or this little popularity boost in Mimikyu as a character when he dropped. Everyone loves Mimikyu.
Oh, and it's Ryan's favorite.
That tracks.
Nice. All right, this next question, Dan, you have the chance to answer it first. Which two Pokemon got their name from famous fighters?
Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee.
That is correct. Now, do you know who they were named after?
Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan.
Yes, and do you also know who else they were named after?
What do you mean?
So Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan were obviously what they were named after. However, their alternate name, Ibiwar and Samawar, is named after two kickboxers in Japan.
Yeah, Samo. What's Samo's name?
I wrote it down. Sammo. Sawamular.
Yeah, I don't know.
But isn't that cool?
Cool.
Good job, Pokemon.
I didn't even know that.
I didn't either.
Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan. I love them.
Yeah, who doesn't? And then Hitmontop came out, but he's the hardest one to get. Do you know? Well, we don't have to go to this, but they're one of the first unique evolutions in the game.
And it's almost impossible to get them in Pokemon Go. I have been waiting to add him to my Pokedex.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I have quite a few in Pokemon Go. If anybody out there wants to be friends, I'll just pop my friend code in the chat and I will send you gifts. That I will. All right. This one is a little challenging. Back to you, Dash. Which 2 Pokemon were originally going to be named after polluted U.S. cities?
Is this me?
This is Dashiell first.
Huh?
So they
Okay.
were, but they were originally supposed to be named after polluted U.S. cities.
I'm thinking of the Pokemon, but now I'm forgetting the name. I'm so embarrassed right now.
Don't be embarrassed. We say in unison.
Jinx.
I want to
No,
say,
it's not Jinx.
just because it makes sense, I want to say coughing and wheezing.
That would be
They were-
correct.
Oh, yeah! I'm pretty
Oh,
good.
my guy.
Coughing and wheezing. They do look like polluted. Do you know what their, do either of you know what their original names were supposed to be?
I do
Yeah.
not.
Like Detroit and New York or something like that?
Yeah. They were kind of. They were supposed to be called Na, N-Y, and La. for
That's
LA.
right. I did know that.
So NY and LA, Na and La.
Dash, good pull, my guy.
Woo! I must say, coughing and wheezing is a much better name, though.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that worked out. All right, we have our last question. This comes to Dan.
Oh, that's
first.
what I guessed.
Detroit and New York.
That's what I guessed.
If I was guessing polluted U.S. cities, I would have guessed Baltimore.
That's really disrespectful.
I would not guess the little village of Kearney, though. That's for sure.
That wasn't the.
Kearney sounds super Irish. Moving on to our last question. Dan, this is you first. In what town does Ash start his journey in?
It's Pallet Town.
Pallet Town is correct. Look at cute little Pallet Town right there.
Aw.
Aww.
There's Oak's Lab.
It is Oak's Lab.
Hmm.
All right, Dash, Dan, we are going into our final round, and this one is pretty intense. Name this shadow. You first, Dash.
It's Cedra.
That is incorrect,
Wait,
Dan.
what?
That's Horsey for sure.
It is
Did
Horsey. Well played.
Listen,
I gotta look up what Cedra looks like now because I'm.
Idra's just like a lankier Horsey.
That's okay, Dash. You have a chance to steal at this shadow. Name
Ooh.
this shadow, Dash.
Oh, he's the evolution guy.
Uh-huh. And then Kingdra, who is dope.
Kingdra is a cool name.
Kingdra.
All right, how about this one, Dasho?
That has to be Graveler.
That is correct. Woo, the Graveler man. I love him. What
Come on
a
now.
creepy little eyebrow he has going on.
Do you know how to evolve a Graveler, Erinn?
You give it juice and you say, go, go, Graveler, go, go.
Pokemon was brilliant because it came out with blue version, red version, and the idea was to include different Pokemon in each game so that it boosted sales and made it a community event. The only way to evolve a Graveler into a Golem, or Golem, I guess, is by trading it to a friend.
I love that.
I'm sure you do.
So wait, on Pokemon Go?
Yeah, probably.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I don't know Pokemon Go.
Well, we're going to find out tonight after I get off of this.
We gonna find out tonight.
We're going to find out. All
Okay.
right, Dan, you have a chance to steal this next
Oh
one.
my God, what is that Ghastly doing? I'm so scared.
Hello, Gasly. Ooh,
It is the only Pokemon puppet I have because he's
I
so
love
sympathetic.
that.
I love him so much. Dash,
I forgot you're a puppeteer as well.
Oh, that's
Yes.
right. You are probably the coolest person I know
Oh,
in general.
You're definitely the coolest person I
take
know.
that,
You know how many-
Dan.
I had so many conversations with people coming, like that were going to come watch the show tonight, and they were like, "I have to come because I love Dash," and I was like, "Yeah, because he's the coolest.
Mm-hmm.
He's the coolest."
Aw. Thank you, guys.
Dan, can you name this Pokemon coming at you?
Yeah, that's Poliwag.
That is Poliwag. Good job.
Are these all Gen 1? Asking for a friend.
I don't know. I'm not good enough at Pokemon to know. All right. This one goes out to you,
Gotta
Dash.
get some of those Ultra Beast shadows in there that are hard to
Ultra Beast.
like jump
Oh,
from
yeah, for sure.
from Poliwag to Ultra Necrozma.
You know, it's hard when I make these things because I never know how, how hard, how challenging it'll be. All right. Are you ready for this next one? This goes to you first, Dash. Name this Pokemon.
That is Psyduck, one of the best.
It is Psyduck. I didn't think you'd get that because, like, look at how hard that looks when he's all shadowed out. It looks like a big blob.
Well, Haley,
He's the
why
star in
isn't
the
she here?
Pokemon Concierge.
Oh, Pokemon Concierge. Is it good? I've been wanting to watch it, but I only want to invest
Oh,
in
I've seen the whole thing. It is a adorable series, and it's stop motion. And instead of Pikachu being the main star, it's Psyduck.
Oh, thank
It's
God.
awesome.
Thank
Nice.
God. Because I really love the art style and I love Pokemon, but like the story of Pokemon is never that good. So I was wondering if there was a little bit more substance to it.
It's not involving battles. Like there's fights, but not like physical fights. It's mostly a place where Pokemon learn to relax and stay. So it's kind of just a cute series.
Like super cozy, it sounds like.
It is.
It's on Netflix.
I would like to watch that. Maybe we should tonight because it's still National Pokemon Day.
Babe, will you watch Pokemon Concierge with me later?
Yeah, I will.
Nice.
You know, Ryan said that Psyduck is their least favorite Pokemon. Do you have a least favorite Pokemon? I sure do.
I do.
Mine is Jinx. I'm sorry, Jinx, but you just don't look good and you bother me. And I feel like that's the most negative thing I've ever said on this show, but I don't like them.
I don't know. Jinx got that
Jinx,
cake.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's your least
Cake.
favorite Pokemon, Dash?
My favorite?
Least favorite.
Well, Jinx is definitely one of them, but another one that I really don't like is it's the evolution of Drowsy. I can't remember his name.
Oh, Hypno.
Hypno. I don't know why. He just kind of creeps me out.
I will tell you what, though. I do love. Well, also, do you know that like the lore behind that Pokemon is kind of gnarly too? And he's got one of the best calls. It goes bloop 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 bloop.
All right,
That's how I pick up chicks is by doing Pokemon calls dressed as Pikachu and
That's
doing
how he
get
got me.
microphone.
There you
It was
go.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dash, we only have 2 shadows left before we decide our champion. Who is this Pokemon?
Oh, that's also another one of my least favorites. It is Weeping Bell.
It is Weeping Bell. Woo!
It's just so
very
disturbing.
nice.
Yeah. By the way, my least favorite Pokemon is Lileep. I don't know if you know Lileep.
Oh, Lillipsite.
No, it's not. It's Gen 3, and literally the design, it's like a goblet full of It is.
Well, good to know. Okay.
Look it up. Lileep.
Lileep.
You heard it here first, folks.
Lileep, Lileep, Lileep. All right, the last one's coming at you first, Dash. Name this Pokemon. It's a hard one.
It is one of the 3 birds. It is not Moltres. And I'm going to say Zapdos.
Oh, Dan's pressing the no button, but it's not working. There it goes. All right, Dan, you do have a chance to steal.
That's 100% Articuno.
It is Articuno. Woo! I did not know if either of you would get that because birds are hard, man.
Nah.
I don't know.
It just looked a little pointy. So that's why I was thinking Zapdos. But it's more... Yeah, it is Articuno.
Well, Dan, Dash, you both did an incredible job, and the score is tied.
Really?
Oh my gosh. So for the tiebreaker question,
Oh boy.
Don't keep us
Whoever-
in suspense.
whoever shouts this out first is going to be the Pokemon champion.
She's typing something into her computer, and I have no idea what it is.
I am. Are you ready for this tie-breaking question?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Who voiced Pikachu in the movie Detective Pikachu?
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, he got there first. Oh!
That means that Dash Alexander is the winner of the game. Woo!
How do you feel about this victory,
Congratulations.
Dash? How do you
What'd
feel
you
about
say?
that?
I missed it.
How do you feel? How do you feel? Tell us what are you doing with this?
You know what? I felt mostly embarrassed about some of the questions, but at least I redeemed myself. So
Yes, you
at least
did.
that's worth it.
Dash, we always like to ask our guest of honor for a little bit of worldly advice, something that you'd like to share with the audience at large. So hit us up.
All right. Well, I've been thinking about how Ash has always been on different journeys and different places, and he has always had different friends. So some of the friends he's had don't always stick with him. So I think that's just kind of a great thing to take in a real life scenario is you are always going to be growing up, even if you're always 10, which is ridiculous. You're always going to be growing up. You're always going to be moving to different places, and you're always going to make new friends. And some friends may not stick with you forever, and that is totally okay because life is always changing. You're always going to meet amazing people, and some of the best friends you'll have will always stick around with you. So, just don't worry about the friends that do not always stick around because, like Ash, he's always on different adventures. So the journey just goes on. So continue your journey as well.
That is so nice. Continue your journey. And
you should write sign-offs relating to the content on podcasts.
I actually agree with you. That was beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dash. Dash, thank you for joining us tonight. Congratulations on being the champion of our very first ever Pokemon game here on Erinn and Dan, but it's live.
Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. This has been so fun, and I hope to do this again with you guys. Until then, happy National Pokemon Day.
Adios, buddy.
Oh, man, and happy National Pokemon Day to all of you out there.
If Dash were here still, I think he'd agree and say freely, without prompting, that this victory meant more to him than any of his paltry victories playing the card game internationally.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at you, and look at you and Mudkip and Tepig and I just hanging out here. Fido's on the floor over there.
Yeah,
he's not looking so good. You guys, we love you so much. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We hope that you'll come back every Tuesday on Riley Live. Well, this isn't Riley Live anymore. On Erinn and Dan, but it's live. Next Tuesday, we have a very special guest named Kiki Ross. She is phenomenal. You're not going to want to miss her and the fun we will have. And as always, if you want to submit anything for our show, we'll probably put it on because you deserve it.
You can get in touch with us here, and here. If you give us a follow, we'd greatly appreciate it. We broke 1,000 just a couple weeks ago, I think.
We did.
So thank you for that. Appreciate it. And more stuff is coming your way. If there's something you'd like to see, let us know. We'd love to try it out for you. It doesn't matter what it is. Give us something to run with, and we will run.
If you're a musician and you'd like to submit a toast and jam, please do so. If you'd like to be a guest on our show, please email us. We are booked up on guests for the next several weeks, but we would love to have interesting people on our show like Dash. So we can't wait to see y'all next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central.
No.
At 8 p.m. Eastern. At 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. the other time. You get it.
Yeah.
We're on at all times.
Same time. Every week, Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Love you all. Thank you for being here. I hope you've laughed with us. I hope you've reminisced with us. I hope you've loved some Pokemon. And hey, why not break out that old Game Boy?
And I hope that tonight you'll snuggle up with a nice Pokemon, maybe plushie, just like I will. I'm gonna snuggle up with this little Pokemon right here.
And I think we might watch some Pokemon Concierge.
Yeah, we will. Until next time. Mwah!
I've been Erinn.
I've been Dan. Wait.
It's stuck. And the thing is too slow, so it's like splitting me in half like a piece of lumber.
Oh, no. It was hard to find.